Welcome to Monetizing Purpose, where we pursue purpose, earning a living, doing what we love with the people that we love. Today I'm very excited to be having this show. Today, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Tabel. Tabel, welcome.
Thank you, Mama Bola.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, and how are you?
I am good. You know, most people, when they listen to this podcast, either you are here to discover purpose, or you are here maybe to listen to someone and the journey that they've had with their purpose. Now, talk to us. Who is Tabelo, and when or how did you discover your own purpose and calling?
All right. Tabelo, it's she's a teacher by profession.
Okay.
And she's a postgraduate certificate graduate at UNISA.
Okay.
And she has a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, University of Limpopo.
Okay.
She's a mother, and she's a church girl.
Wow, you said church girl. Okay.
Yeah, church girl. All right, so I would say I have discovered my purpose so far.
Okay.
Which is actually doing the extra classes for the primary learners.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and how did that come about? Because you know sometimes when you are maybe studying a particular degree or whatever that might be, you might find that you've got certain ideas that maybe my purpose is maybe, let's say for example, I want to be a lawyer. But while you are studying to become a lawyer and you are busy practicing and doing all those things, you might discover something maybe that pulls you away from law. Was it the same as you, or maybe the ideas that you had when you were growing up, you just said, no, me, I'm going to be a teacher. This is what I'm going to do with my life.
All right, so to answer that, like I said, I'm a BSc graduate.
Okay.
And yet I'm a teacher by profession. So you can see that the journey it's not straightforward.
Yes.
Because I've done BSc and then by profession I am a teacher. Right, so I think for discovery, even though some of the factors were unemployment.
Okay.
So I didn't see it from the get-go that this is my line of purpose.
Okay.
Because I've done BSc.
Yes.
But I want to believe that my steps are directed by God.
Yes.
Hence, I am where I am because now I see all the steps that I had were actually divine.
Yes.
Purposefully aligned.
Yes.
So, me saying definitely this is what I am meant to do. This is my purpose. I am living my purpose now. It was during 2019.
Okay.
When COVID-19
pandemic
took the role. It was tough. So I had so much expectations of my grade 4 learners.
Okay.
I'm a maths teacher. So I expected them to know simple 4 basic operations.
Okay.
Things like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. So to my surprise, my learners couldn't even tell me within a minute what is 6 times 6.
Wow, okay.
So I had to do my own research.
Okay.
And I found out from Numeric Academy website that it was their research. So it was mentioned that in 2007, 100 learners entered grade 1.
Okay.
And in 2019, those learners were in matric.
Okay.
Then from there, only 44 of them out of those 100 learners were in matric.
Whoa, okay.
Then only 20 of those learners were doing pure mathematics.
Okay, wow, okay.
Then the disappointing part, the heartbreaking part is that only 2 of 20 learners got 60% and above.
Two? Wow, okay. Yes.
Which means only 2% of 100 learners.
Yes.
They qualify to do maths and science subject or careers at institution.
Wow, yeah.
Here I am at grade 4 level. My learners can't do basic operations.
Yes. Ish.
So I saw that this is not necessarily what our school is experiencing.
Yes.
It's the problem at large.
Yes.
Because even at science meetings in our schools, when we do the analysis, we find out the common factors of failure. It's because our learners can't do basic operations.
Whoa, okay,
so now I had to sit down and say, what do I do?
Yes.
Then I started to do my research again.
Okay.
And then I looked at the difference between higher institution and basic education.
Okay.
So, Mr. Mamabulo, if you can look clearly or look closely, you can realize that at higher institution, there's a system of tutoring.
Yes.
But when you go down to basic education, it's only private sectors whereby the tutoring at some
some of them
it's compulsory. Some of them it's the choice of a parent or the choice of a learner. And then you come to us public sectors. It's a huge problem. So that is where we started last year.
Wow.
That is where Basal Academy was born, to say, I want to give these learners the basic 4 operations of maths.
Okay.
I want to give them confidence to say I can do mathematics. To say mathematics is possible. And it will be more profitable if they choose mathematics at later stage at grade 10. With the confidence, not because there is a certain career that the learner wants to do and it's a must that they have to do mathematics.
Okay.
They are going to get level 2.
Okay. Wow.
So then that's where Basal Academy we come in. We say we have seen the system of education. So we want to be that tutoring system in the basic education.
Wow.
That's basically what we are doing. So our extra lessons, we started last year. I was offering them for free during after schools. And then it was Monday and Tuesday from 2 o'clock until 3:30. And then the parents were very much happy. And then they were very much appreciating. They were very much encouraging. And then that's where I saw, what I'm doing is a need. The parents, the learners, they need this. And they do appreciate. And the most admirable thing about it is that the parents see the difference.
So
it's not only that we teach a learner just to pass. You know, those parents that they say, we want to see what is this person doing with our child. And they just test the child, or is this person doing, or these level 7s, they are fabricated somewhere. But then only to find out, no, there's a huge difference, there's a huge impact.
Wow.
So that is our job. We want to see mathematicians with confidence.
I love the fact that you say that confidence, because you know, sometimes when you are or when students are choosing mathematics, it's not because they love mathematics. It's not that they are enjoying mathematics. It's just that mathematics just happens to show up maybe in a BCom degree later on in life, or maybe in engineering or whatever. I love this. I love the fact that the goal of Basal Academy is to ensure that that student who has been attending has fallen so much in love with mathematics that they themselves, they can with confidence choose mathematics. This is very powerful, because you know, I remember when I used to also tutor mathematics for the matriculants. One thing that I had a problem with was that it seems like when the students are coming or when they are asking for a tutor, they don't necessarily want to pass mathematics because it's their own thing. Either it's for the parents or maybe it's because my school demands it or someone else's. But no one specifically says that, you know what, I'm doing these lessons because I love mathematics or I fell in love with mathematics. And maybe what are some of the challenges that you are having? Because I remember when I think it was grade 9. No, I think it was grade 9. In grade 8, I remember I was getting hundreds in mathematics and things were flowing. But then again, you get to grade 9, and I remember we had this maths teacher, and I don't know where she got her attitude or her mindset about us, but it felt like we we chose the wrong subject, because it felt like, you know, those teachers who had maybe I'll call it a wrong turn. you wanted to teach these students who were, you know, of the top classes, but then again you get drafted to Mahoga, where you meet us who, you know, who are just becoming adolescents. And she made us feel like we were the problem. She made us feel like mathematics was just something that we couldn't comprehend or understand. And I remember, you know, just reflecting about it, you used to get distinctions or hundreds when you were in grade 8 and before. But now you can't even get 40. You can't even get 50. All because the attitude that a teacher has or has towards you has changed, and ultimately that also changes your own mindset and your attitude about mathematics. Yes. So now with you, what are some of the challenges that you are finding that as you are teaching these students? Maybe it might be that they were told at home that mathematics is hard. Yes. What are some of those?
Well, one of the contributing factor for me, which is way too difficult, you know, as a teacher, the learners or the students, they get used to the culture at which you are teaching them.
Okay.
So they adapt to that.
Yes.
So each school has got its own culture.
Okay.
They've got their ways of teaching. I would call them traditions.
Okay.
So when they come to Basal Academy, we are basically learner-centered approach.
Okay.
In other words, a teacher, a facilitator, a tutor do less job, and the learners, they do the most job.
Oh, okay.
So that doing part, it is a challenge, because I would say where they are coming from, it's not the tradition which they are used to.
Yes.
So transforming a learner tradition into what you are using, the method, the teaching styles you are using.
Yes.
It's a challenge, because they want to be taught, and they even direct you that we want to be taught in this particular way.
Okay.
And then that's not what you want to do.
Yes.
Because you are a teacher at school,
yes,
and you see that actually this could be one of the factors that learners contributes towards fail.
Okay.
So one of the factors is the learners having to adapt to the way which you are teaching.
Okay.
And then when they have adapted, you again have to do reflection.
Okay.
And then you say, okay, now this is working. Yes. But what more can I add?
Yes.
That style teaching that is different that you're bringing to them, they still have to adapt to it.
Yes.
Then that transformation is also a challenge to say, but ma'am, we are used to say, like, in the morning we come, and then the first thing what we do, it's the multiples, and then you teach. After you teach, you give us a little break, and then we do fun calculations.
Okay.
But now we are changing. Where is that activity that we are used to?
Yes.
So that is the challenge.
Okay.
And then the other challenges that you would have is the attendance.
Okay.
Find out, or a learner takes 2 weeks without coming.
Okay.
There's challenges at home.
Yes.
We couldn't bring the child. No one is there to bring the child. So that gap, because now we are Saturday classes.
Okay.
And we attend from 8:30 to 2:30.
Okay.
So 2 weeks of that.
yeah.
It's a lot.
Yes.
And I get worried, or how will this learner catch up?
Yes.
So other than that, I think so far the parents are very motivating. When you talk, they respond. When you tell them, okay, today I had the most misbehaved learners, so they try to discipline their learners to say, we will help you, ma'am. Please don't be shy to shout out next time when they do the things that are not right in a classroom.
Wow.
So
Okay.
they are very much supportive.
Yes.
For that,
wow.
I'm grateful. So the only biggest challenge is just the attendance, and we can't control that.
Yes.
The fact that they need to change the tradition of learning now and then.
Yes.
But we're working on that.
Wow. You know, I find this very fascinating, you know, because coming from thinking about my own, I don't know if I should say my own history or what, you'll always find that whenever you are encountering or you get a new teacher, the way that they teach it's completely different from the old one. And sometimes you want to bring in your old teacher that you were used to, because that one you understood, or you were their favorite, and now this one. Now I'm thinking about the parent who's listening to this podcast who is saying that, but how do I then make sure that this culture that you have, that you are teaching, or maybe for the parent who's just listening and saying that, no, I also want to ensure that my children fall in love with mathematics or whichever subjects it is that they are doing. What types of tips or advice would you give that particular parent?
Well, for me, in terms of preparation, I use a Khan Academy app.
Okay.
I also use YouTube.
Okay.
I also use Kahoot.
Okay.
So I would advise the parents to go through the internet.
Okay.
And then for that particular topic,
yes,
at least get some videos for their learners.
Okay.
Because I do send videos on my WhatsApp group with the parents.
Okay.
Because every Wednesday we do have homeworks whereby they need to submit on Thursday.
Okay.
So that is where at least I can send a link of a video for understanding.
Okay.
And then for some parents, when the learners get home, they do a revision of what they've done in class.
Oh yes.
And then they text me, or hey ma'am, I think he or she didn't understand. What can we do?
Okay.
So I do the videos and send them.
Okay.
Even the homeworks, some they text me privately, or I've seen your corrections is different from the method she used. Okay. For me, which is fine. Because it doesn't mean what the learner has to do in the method that I teach.
Yes.
But for the parent, I would send the method that the learner used.
So
they will need to send me a screenshot of how a learner has calculated, and then I look at it and that's okay. This is what she has done. But if you are not satisfied with it, I can send you a different method.
Okay, wow. This is just very fascinating, because I remember, or one of the challenges that we have in mathematics is that there might be a set method that everyone is using to get the solution.
Yes.
But you find that there are alternative routes, and maybe I don't know if maybe it's the challenge of the education system, but you find that the biggest challenge is not to teach the learners how to get the answers, but to teach them how to think. Whether that's the same way that I as a teacher is using to get to the same answer, or the learner might have come with a very creative method or a very creative way that it ended up getting the right solution.
Yes.
And this reminds me of one lecture of mine. This guy I loved him very much, because he said to us that my goal here is not the answers. I'm not interested in the answers that you'll be giving me, whether I'm asking you to calculate whichever thing that I'm asking you. But my main concern is I want you to be able to think. If you can think whichever problem that it is that you encounter, maybe when you are a professional mathematician or a scientist or whatever, if you know how to think, then you will be able to solve any question that it is that you have.
Basically, that is our approach.
Okay.
Like I said, or we are learner-centered.
Yes.
So I usually teach three examples. That's enough.
Okay.
And then they first have to do in groups.
Okay.
They've got their own small boards.
Okay.
So they have to do the problems in groups, explaining to the group. Basically, we have maximum of 5 learners on a group.
Okay.
So each learner get a problem. The learner has to do that and explain to the rest of the group, this is what I do, this is what I do, this is what I do, and this is my answer. Okay. And then they put it aside, and then another one, this is what I do, this is what I do, and then this is my answer. Okay, wow. So that is how I see that they are learning. Wow, so there will be a lot of argument in the group. That's not how we do, because one learner stick to the other method, one learner stick to the other method. Yes. So basically what you're saying, it's what we do. The how part. The how part, yes, and when we all do the corrections, they explain the how part. What do I do? For example, Mama Wola, what is the first step? Yes. And then why do you do this? Yes. How do you calculate this? Yes. What tells you this? Yes. Let's say I'm teaching fractions. Okay. So if you give them, for example, a 3/4, plus 1/4 is equals to what? It's not be done by me. Elena has to explain. So it's 3/4 plus 1/4 is equals to, the answer would be 4/4. Then the question is, how did you get?
Yes, how did you get there? Yes.
Then Elena has to explain, ma'am, the denominator are the same. So when the denominator are the same, we add the fractions.
Yes.
Then the other learner will not be able to see that the denominator is the same. But will stick to a different method of making the numerator the same. And the learner will explain that particular method. So we say, okay, fine, do that method, and then let's see the answers. Are they not the same?
Yes.
But different method.
Different method. Yes. It's the same answer, but different ways of getting to the answer. Wow, this is just something I like very much, because I love mathematics. So besides teaching the student, because I think maybe this is just me, because I remember I would always say that I'm not only interested in when I'm talking to the parents, I'm not only interested in the learner or the student passing metric or whatsoever, but I want them to become a holistic person. I want them to respect their parents if it's at home. I want them to have a positive attitude towards life, not only for mathematics, but I want them to be a holistic type of a person. And what are some of the things that you are doing to encourage that, or you don't consider that part?
No, we do that. You can't be a one-way person. We do the holistic. One of the things we do is that during break times, we don't give them food. So during break times, even they know the ways of doing it. They need to ask who doesn't have breakfast, who doesn't have food, and then they all sit together like they're doing a picnic. They put food together and then they eat. Tomorrow we are going out on an event. We're just going to swim, refresh, and become new, and then welcoming for term 4. What I told the parents is that I don't need any child to come with a KFC, McDonald's, different foods or whatsoever. I'm going to buy them. If it is KFC, I'm going to buy them KFC, all of them. So the learners will come with snacks, but next we're going to go with trays. All the snacks, we'll put them in a tray. No one will say this belongs to me. This is Even the pens, when they're busy making, they're borrowing each other. So our motto, we usually say sharing is caring. And then the other things, as we do, like, there are those that will look at the next door. So we have a motto of saying, mind your own business. So basically saying, focus. Focus on what it is that you are doing. Focus on what you're doing. So you understand. So when you teach and then you hear a learner saying, mind your own business, that is an alarm to say, ma'am, something is happening here.
They forgot their business.
My mind.
Wow. I love this approach, because especially where we are now in society, we've lost that sense of sharing and caring for each other. And if this is happening at the ground roots, we are going to have we will have a better society, because I remember when we were growing up, and the person I always remember, it's my granny. She'll always make sure that she'll even tell you that no, you might be my grandson, but this is not only your home. Everyone else who might come here looking for help, everyone who might come here maybe hungry, or we are all sharing this space. And because that you are teaching that, I find this very fascinating, because sometimes when you get out, you meet children who no longer care about each other. They no longer care whether the next person has got food or whatsoever. Sometimes they'll even see maybe another one had dropped their school bag, or they forgot their shoes. And I even heard in one of the schools around here, one parent, this was very disappointing for me. The parent told the child that if someone else leaves something, take that thing and bring it home.
Oh my God.
Then you are thinking, what kind of a parent would do that? Saying that if another child forgot their shoes, they are thinking that tomorrow mine might lose their own shoes. So bring those shoes home. And I remember hearing this from a teacher, and I was like, what? This is not good.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Yeah, no, then yeah, no, I love this approach that it is that you are using.
And it also remind me of normally how I discipline them.
Okay.
You know, working with different learners coming from different background.
Yes.
So there are those that they want you to teach, to treat them more special than the others.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Having to put that on the table,
yes,
to say you're all equal, whether you are a distinction, whether you are at least 60% average,
yes,
or whether utlekamo at a 40% level,
yes,
you're not different.
Yes, we are all the same.
You're all the same. And I even give them the example of those learners, I have them.
Okay.
Those who got 40% from their report.
Okay.
And when they come to my extra lessons.
Yes.
The next term, level 7.
Yes.
93%.
Yes.
And then, okay, I was shocked for a while. And then, okay, let me wait for the next term.
Yes.
The learner maintained the level 7.
Yes.
Even this year, there are those learners. And then I'm saying, okay, I'm doing something here.
Yes.
I'm making a huge difference.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I do normally tell them that, allow me to treat you the same.
The same, yes.
Don't you want to be special and then want to show other learners that when it comes to me, because I'm a distinction or I can participate more than you, maybe has to treat me special? No.
Yes, or I come from a more financially
stable.
Yes, yes.
Maybe has to treat me special.
Wow. This is very powerful. This is very powerful, and I think this is maybe the missing link. No, let me pose this as a challenge to you, that maybe consider it. I remember there used to be this school here. I don't know the name of the school, but here at Paledi there is this. It used to be a crèche, ne?
Okay.
Here at Paledi, when you cross the robot, they call it the English medium. I forgot what's the name of that school.
Good choice.
Yeah, yes, good choice.
Okay.
Then you later find out that these guys, not only did they have a crèche, but they've grown so much that that side, Nukechu, that side up there's a primary school there. So maybe let me pose this as a challenge to you, that as you are thinking about mathematics and this culture that it is that you are creating, you are having to facilitate learning, maybe consider, and when you are thinking about growth, think about maybe as you employ other teachers, and as you are growing maybe at other subjects, then who knows, maybe there might be a Basal Academy primary school, a Basal Academy high school, and who knows, maybe even a Basal Academy college, because I see that the things that you are doing, you are teaching them culture, you are teaching them how to be better people in society, and some of these things, it's those things that at school teachers are afraid of reinforcing, because they are afraid that the mother might come or the father might come, and then you go home and they tell you that I'm going to report you to the district or whatsoever, and then you lose your job. But the way that you are saying that, the parents would see the difference in the students, and they themselves would be like, wow, no, this thing, it's so much valuable to me. I think that even other parents, if maybe, let's say, as time goes by, as the years go by, then we have got all of these things. But I'm just posing this as a challenge to you to think about it, that, you know what, let me not limit my purpose and calling for just maybe the students that I can handle, but let me look at it as a transformation movement. Because one thing that I've realized about purpose is that as you are pursuing your purpose, as you yourself are evolving, even your purpose will evolve. You realize that no, my plan or my goal was 10 people or 10 students, but because who I am becoming in this pursuit, I can handle 15 students, then I can handle 20 or 40. The next thing you are handling 100. Then as you are growing and as your purpose is evolving, you find that I'm no longer challenged by 10 people. Then I need to expand and make sure that this coding that I have, I not only limit it to my small area, but I'm just putting it there as a challenge, that no, as you are, don't limit your growth, or don't limit the growth and the explosion of your purpose based on maybe what you might have had planned, but leave room for because you leave room for God, leave room for God and His plan, so that when it's time for you to expand, maybe Because I'm sure next time a mother will come and say, my child is struggling with science, or my child is struggling with English. Isn't there something that we can do to make sure that we also add these things? And I'm just putting it there as a challenge.
Yeah, there are those parents that comes or calls and say, are you only offering mathematics? So I'll be saying, yes, we specialize in mathematics, but as we grow, and then I realized, oh, no, man, my learners in mathematics, we will find level 7 in mathematics, and then we'll find level 4, level 3 in English.
Oh, yes.
And some they fail because they failed English.
Oh,
so I had to look at it at a different angle.
Yes.
So we are also focusing on English, but it's just for an hour and 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then my biggest focus for now is just an online. Online, and also we want to add coding and robotics.
Oh yes, I saw the article that we'll be having those beautiful subjects in our curricula. Wow.
Yeah. So
robotics and coding
have it in our schools.
Oh, you do have it already now?
I'm teaching it.
Oh, you are teaching what? Robotics?
I'm looking at it like, okay.
Wow, that's nice.
My baby is coming to add mathematics.
Yes, wow.
It's a very beautiful, very skilled subject to teach.
Yes, wow.
You can't deny learners that
opportunity. Yes, wow. Hey, we never had this opportunity, because some of us, when the first time we saw robotics, I think it was an open day. I remember I was at VETS, and I was attending their engineering day, open day. And that day I was just fascinated. You just see these guys who created these robots, and they are just moving around. Some have created these calculators, and I'm just fascinated by this thing. But when you go home, you never get to see those things again until maybe when you're at tertiary, and maybe feel like, because when I'm at tertiary, I don't only just attend my subjects. There are those fascinating subjects where you just you just go and attend those classes so that you can see. And I love that you are teaching coding and robotics. Wow, that's very fascinating. In fact, a few days ago I was having this conversation with my mechanic, and we were talking about the difference between South Africa and China. And he shared with me this perspective that I found very fascinating. He said to me that the difference between South Africans and the Europeans or the Americans is that the way that we are thinking and the approach that we have towards problem solving is totally different. And I asked him to explain properly. He gave me an example that I have never forgot. He said that, you remember when you and I were growing up, we used to drive bricks. And today it might be a taxi, tomorrow it might be a van or a private or whatsoever. And you and I would be just comfortable with driving that particular car in the state that it is in. If it's a rectangle of a brick or a four corner of a brick, whatever the shape was, you were satisfied with it. But he said to me that, now, if a Chinese or a European or an American child would do the same thing, they get the same brick, but a Chinese child would not drive it as a rectangle. They would think of making it look like a car, or let me carve out some wheels. Let me make sure that it's visible that this one it's a van. Let me just design it. Let me draw some wheels there. Let me draw some windows. Let me make sure that it definitely looks like the car. If it's a van or a bus or a taxi, they will take it. It's more of like, I got a product, but I'm not satisfied with it. Yes, I'm going to make it better.
That's fascinating.
And I was like, no man, you are saying something different, because the way that we are approaching problem solving, you find that if a Chinese guy just shows up here in our community, they won't look for a job. They will look for business opportunities. They will think about, what can I do to earn a living here in this community? What are some of the problems that the community might be having that I can solve? Then they'll just do that particular business.
And then interesting enough is that coding and robotic offers that problem solving.
Yes.
And then WEGA National Development Plan.
Okay.
That is one of the skills that the basic education need to instill in learners.
Okay, okay.
And basically by 2025,
okay,
that should be a plan. It does end. Done and dusted plan.
Okay, okay.
So when you focus too much, or when you look into this coding and robotic, you find out that problem solving is one of the skills that you're going to teach learners.
Okay,
and
okay.
Also the creativity, as you mentioned, the car needs to be, the Chinese student or learner will do it in a particular way.
Yeah.
That includes creativity.
Okay, okay. Wow. I'm glad that we are having this, and I hope that, even though the problem with Africa or with Africans is that we tend to talk about plans, but not implement them. You can think of the many things, but I love the fact that you are saying that even here at the Basal Academy, we are bringing these subjects also, so that my students who's excelling in the mathematics won't be struggling with coding there at school, yes. Or robotics, because some of the things that if a learner falls in love with mathematics or coding or robotics this early on, tomorrow when they are at school, they will be like, no, don't worry. When the teacher tells them, you can't program like this, or you can't create a function like this, and all those other things, they'll be like, no. My teacher tells me that no, the best way, or I can do this. Because sometimes you find those teachers who they don't care about the students or their well-being. But I remember, I don't know about you, but we used to have those teachers who would say, I don't care if you pass or not. Yeah. Because at the end of the week or at the end of the month,
20 seconds.
Yeah, me, I'm getting my money. So whether you pass or fail, it's your baby, and it's none of my business. So it's one of those things. So so that we don't waste too much time. One of the challenges that a lot of people have is that when they've discovered their purpose, maybe one of the problems or the challenges that they have is that when it comes to the monetization of their purpose, because I used to be like this, where I said I don't care about making money, and I don't care about if I don't care about money. Me, I don't want money.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yes, you're
as long as I'm happy and doing my thing. But as I've grown and I've realized that no. In this pursuit of purpose, for me to be able to refine my gift, for me to be able to develop my gift, there are some instances where I would need to use money to develop my craft. I'm going to use money maybe to attend a course, or I'm going to use money to buy some material. Then you get to the realization that, like you said when we were beginning, you can't get to a point or a state in your life where if you go to the shop and you're looking for grocery and they say, I want a 5 kg of chicken, and you say that no, by my students or the parents love me. You can't do that.
Yeah.
There needs to be the integration between the discovery of purpose and you making sure that I'm earning a living doing this. Because later on, I think that as you are growing and as Basal Academy is growing, there might come a time when you think that no, but the money that I am making here at Basal Academy, it's enough for me to be able to, maybe for the lack of a better word, for me to live, going to teach maybe at work. Because I'm earning enough money that I can support myself and I can meet all of my needs. I want to go full time with Basal Academy, so that the mission of Basal Academy to transform learners, to help them become better. The mission or the purpose that I have is so big that I no longer want to be limited by me going to my 9 to 5 or me going to my 8 to 2 or whatever the case may be. Now for you, when it came to the monetization of purpose, what were some of the challenges that you had to overcome, or even those beliefs that you had, that ultimately when you came to the conclusion that no, I can't do this for free? Yeah.
So, for me, like I said at the beginning, that most of the things that I went through are actually divine aligned.
Yes.
So before I monetized the purpose, I went through your course.
Okay.
So you see, that was aligned for me.
Yes.
I didn't have to have such much of negativity monetizing my purpose.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was well trained.
Okay,
My mindset was really set up.
Okay.
That, you know what? You need to monetize your purpose.
Yes.
It comes at a cost.
Yes,
you need to look at the things that it cost. It cost my time with my family.
Yes, yes.
It cost me resources. It cost me preparations.
Yes.
I'm not doing it alone. Like I want also somebody to do as I do.
Yes, yes.
So there's a tutor who I need to pay.
Yes,
so
yes,
if the students are not paying, which money will I pay the tutor?
Yes, yes, yes.
And if there's an emergency and I'm all alone, I don't even have a tutor.
Yes.
Who will teach the learners?
The learners, yes, yes,
so
yes.
I had to look at those things before I monetize my purpose. So it wasn't a guilty charge.
Okay, okay.
I was set up for
yes.
it. I was ready for it.
Okay,
my
okay.
mindset was full set that you need to monetize
your purpose. Yes, because that's the biggest challenge. Especially especially for maybe for the lack of a better word, for us Christians who personally I believe that we were taught wrong, because we are taught that money is evil. But when you get to the scriptures, no, the scripture doesn't say money is evil. It says that the love of man. Yes. And if you've got a negative relationship with money, you might find, because I usually tell some of the people, as you mentioned, that as much as you might love people, and this is one thing that I've realized: when you give people something for free, to some extent they don't value it, because you are teaching my children for free over the weekends. We as parents, we don't need to even get involved whether the child does the homework or not. We don't care, it's free. But as soon as the parent starts paying, they'll be like, no, I can't be paying 1,000 or whatever the amount is for free. No, I want to see the results. They will then want to get involved to ensure that, no, this child of mine that I'm paying so much money for them to get this tutoring, they are actually getting value for money.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you would be giving it away for free, some wouldn't even care whether the child is there or not. When it comes to the homework, they'll be like, it's not for me. I'm not paying or anything. Yes.
Even to take the child to your lessons.
Yes.
Say, it costs me.
It's free. Yes. I don't need to.
If the child goes or doesn't, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't affect me. Because that's one thing that I realized about when everything is for free. And I remember one time I didn't see this when it happened. When I got certified as a coach, speaker, and trainer, because I was getting certified from an American company, you find that the currency conversions, it's very big. You find that in America, I remember at the time the certification was, I think it was, I forgot if it's 7,000. I think it was 7,000 US dollars. But then again, when you come to South Africa and you want to convert that 7,000 US dollars, you get to realize that it's over 60 and 90K then. But then one of the things that I didn't see at the time was that when I couldn't make my payments, I would be angry saying that, but you guys know that I'm committed to this thing. Why did you shut me out of the program? Because what they would usually do is that if it gets to a point where you can't meet those particular payments, then they say no, they shut off the platform for you. Then you can't attend the trainings or you can't access the online university because you are very behind. Yes. But as I grew and as I matured, I realized that if they had allowed me to keep on attending without me putting skin in the game, maybe at some points I wouldn't have taken that seriously. I would have just said, now I'm attending for free.
Even when you have money.
Even when you have got money, you be like, no, they are letting me use the facilities for free. But because you end up using, you putting your own skin in the game, you get to that appreciation that, no, whatever this person is doing, or whatever it is that they are doing at Basal Academy, because I am paying for my child to be there, because I am paying for this material that they are saying that my child needs, then you find that there is a buy-in with the parents. The parents will make sure that when the child comes, they check the homework. They check the homework to see, are you doing your homework?
That's true.
Yes.
And then they even, like there are times when you consult the parents, how is the learner?
Yes.
Are you seeing any difference? Do you see any development? So they will have to go through the books of a learner and then say, okay, I see here he's doing, but here it's like he was playing or she was playing.
Okay.
What happened? Then you need to explain, or at that particular time, yes, your child was playing, was playful, or maybe she didn't even understand the topic and so on. So they are very hands-on.
Okay, yes,
They are very concerned. Are they learning?
Yes.
And on the other side, even me, myself, I do ask them if they really see a difference. Are they into the books?
Yes,
Are they even looking? Because when I communicate with the parents.
Okay.
So I send the parents the homeworks.
Okay.
The parents need to give the learner.
Oh, the learner the homework, yes.
So that is how we it.
Yes.
So because me and learner, it's not what we want.
Yes.
We just have to be all of us.
All of us,
on the board.
Otherwise, if it's like me, when I don't want to do my homework, I remember when I was young, I'll just say, no, they didn't give us homework. No homework, nothing.
They gave us, but we did it at school.
Oh, yes, I did it at school. Yes. Oh, wow. That's a very fascinating approach. Then maybe as we are concluding, as you are looking at the lessons that you are learning, as you are developing this culture and as you are developing Basal Academy, to that teacher who's struggling, who wants to make sure that they also get the children that they are teaching at school, at work, or wherever, what would be the advice or some tips that you can give them so that they will be able to get the love and the confidence the same way that it is that you are building here?
You know, when you get into a classroom, you need to remember that you know what you're doing.
Okay.
You know maths.
Yes.
You know physical science. You know English. But the question is the learner knowing?
Okay.
Does the learner have the content?
Yes.
Because you don't want to be in a class and be the shining teacher.
Okay.
At the end of the day, your learners has no content at all.
Yes.
So the advice I would give teachers is that be concerned about how you deliver the content.
Okay.
Be concerned if one or two learners really understand what you are doing.
Yes.
Then if you say, okay, somebody else here, one of the learners hears me, then that gives you the power to want the rest of the class to understand what you see.
Okay.
I don't know how can you do this, but you have to differentiate you being a learner in a classroom. Okay. Instead of you maybe being a teacher and then facilitating the learning.
Okay.
So you're not teaching yourself there, you're teaching the learners.
The learners, yes.
You need to go there with the confidence that you know the subject.
Yes, yes.
But the learners, they don't. So they depend on you for that particular period of a subject.
Yes, okay.
You need to be in a way that you are transforming what you know.
Okay.
So obviously we'll be looking at how.
Yes.
How can I do this?
Yes.
So for now we are in fourth industrial revolution.
Yes.
I mean there are many ways of teaching. You can use the PowerPoint in your classroom. Okay. You can use the videos on your WhatsApp if you don't have those resources at school. Yes. You can also have the links. If you have seen a particular video, just ask. We know what our learners, they are somehow coming from poor families. Yes. Not because of don't just say because one learner or two they coming from a poor family background, then you give an excuse of not using the internet. Yes. Use whatever resources that is available. Yes. For the benefit of a learner. Yes. You know, when I go to workshops, mostly they will tell you that you are a teacher because of a learner. Yes. Your main focus is a learner. Yes. You know, if they come and then they're coming to evaluate you. Yes. You didn't mark the books, you're not controlling the books, then what are you doing at school? Yes. So that's when I realized, okay, the main focus here is the learner. It's the learner, yes. Not the teacher, not how much I know the content. You know that these teachers who, not to put them in a negative way, maybe it's a way of maybe they don't understand the strategy of teaching, the methods of teaching. You will find out the teacher is very active. When the teacher is in class, there's this sound, you see, there's fun.
Yes.
But come to assessment.
Yes.
It's another story.
Yes.
So please, just try by all means to understand that you are transforming knowledge to the learners. I mean, you're transferring knowledge to the learners.
Yes, not showing
not you. You're not the focus.
Yes.
The focus is the learners.
It's the learners.
So at the end of the day, are they understanding what you taught them?
Yes,
That's what you should ask yourself. And then how do you know that? You need to assess them regularly.
Yes.
Assess them regularly. Even if you repeat one assessment,
yes,
by that they'll be knowing the definition by head, by heart.
Okay, yes. Yes, wow. And you said something very important. And for me, this is what I've discovered. That no one has an excuse to not have any access to the internet or any learning resources. Because now, if I'm a parent and I say I don't have data for me to be able to check my child videos or wherever, but tomorrow I've got money to download things on the other social medias, videos, entertainment. How is it that I've got data for entertainment but no data for my child's well-being? Yeah, I've discovered that, especially when it comes to South Africa, no one has an excuse. All of us have got money, we've got data. If we have money to go and watch our favorite shows on YouTube or our favorite shows on TikTok or wherever, or on Facebook, then we definitely have money for us to be able to Google and do whatever it is that our child needs.
And you know, recently I've seen this trending picture. There was a father who was with her daughter at the mall. So the father did not have money for data. But the father took the child, they went to the mall, and then the child connected to the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
And then was downloading and doing the assignment.
There we go. So there we go. Yes,
we have Ballet over here, we have Zone 1 over here.
Yes.
Like our parents, there's so much they can do other than just say I don't have.
Yeah, and giving excuses and giving, because if now you and I leave and we go to Ballet, we will find the children there. They are so packed at Ballet and doing whatever it is that they are doing. And maybe maybe I don't know because I find this maybe to the learner or the student who's listening to this. Sometimes we find that, I don't know if I'm looking at this maybe grown up as a grown up or what, but you find that learners would always say that no, I didn't have money, not money, I didn't have time to do my homework, but they've got time to do other things. Now, what would you say to that particular person, whether they are in matric or wherever, who are looking at their future and their education? They keep on coming up with excuses to say that no, I don't have this, I don't have time, or my teacher this, or what that. What would you give as an encouragement for them to be able to take their education or their learning seriously?
You know, nowadays, one of the excuses I find most in the learners, I don't know who instilled this in this learner's mindset. They will tell you that education is not necessarily that important. And then they will give you the likes of whosoever and whosoever. I just don't want to mention the names. To say he's rich, she's rich, no matric and whatsoever. All right, fine. I would tell you one thing. Though you're putting it in that way, but you would still need your logic.
Yes.
You will still need to read and understand what the contract says.
Yes.
So if you're not used to reading, identifying the problems during the subjects, during your school times, so how are you going to cope with the future? Let's say you become that particular billionaire without the knowledge. So are you going to start schooling
later on in life?
That's what you're saying. So do you want, like, now, you're on you have paused, you're taking a gap year. So this is a question that I'm posing to them, that it's fine, you don't have time for books, but you have time to do what? Basically, my child, you're actually saying, I have paused. when I become rich, I'll start again.
I'll start taking, yes.
Because that's what you're going to do.
Yes,
so this should prove to you that you need education.
Yes.
As much as you would.
Yes.
Because we are all lifelong learners.
Yes.
You don't stop learning.
Yes.
So you need to think logically, you need to reason. And you can't do that if you just dropped school out of grade 9.
Yes.
You need to grow.
Yes.
You need to broaden your understanding, think outside the box.
Yes.
So I would advise you to focus on your books.
Yes.
With the mindset that you're going to need it tomorrow.
Yes.
Irrespective of the talent you have.
Yes.
You have the talent, but your talents need to sign the contract.
Yes.
In order for you to sign the contract, you need to understand it. And
yes.
You're going to refer to Mr. Mama Bolo,
the lawyer.
Explain.
Yes.
So it's good to refer to the lawyer, but you also need some lightening.
Yes.
I don't understand this clause. Can you please explain it so that the lawyer doesn't take advantage of you?
Yes.
So they need education.
Yeah.
They just need to take out this mentality of being busy too much for later on.
Yes. And what you are saying, I always say this. You are not in America. You are not in Europe. Mm-hmm. The culture in America is not the same culture that you are in. Mm-hmm. The funding opportunities that they've got in America, you don't have them here in Africa. If you are going to become a billionaire, it's not because someone saw your idea and they invested in it. No, here in Africa we don't have Silicon Valley where people are just dishing out money. The culture is not the same. You have to work hard. And you can't say that. This is what I remember a few days ago. I was having this conversation with one of the guys, and I said to them, that the difference between an artist who gets taken advantage of in the industry and an artist who takes full advantage of the industry and they thrive in the industry, it's always education.
That's true.
If you are talented and you are a builder, you know how to build bricks. And I can give you 1 million and you build me this big hotel. There's going to be a difference between you who didn't go to school and someone who went to school.
Definitely.
Yeah, because if I'm going to school when I'm, let's say for example, we are using the building as an example. There are some subjects that I'm going to do about thermodynamics. They're going to teach me about steel and they're going to teach me about windows. How they behave in different kinds of weathers, how they behave in different kinds of temperatures. These are the things that I myself can't teach myself if I've got the talent. There's no way in my talent that says that because you're a gifted builder, this is the principles that you need to know about thermodynamics when you're building. But those are some of the extra things that you learn at school. So whether you've got the talent, whether you've got the gift, there is a significant role that school plays. There are some things that your talent can't teach you, and there are some things that your gift can't teach you. Those things can only be taught. Like, let's say, for example, if you had just said, no, I love teaching, you wouldn't have gone to school to learn about the different kinds of methods. You would have just used that method that you knew, that method that you taught yourself. But because you went to school and you studied, you got more value than because what people usually do is that they say that education is useless. And for me, I find that to be a little bit ignorant, because even though maybe some of the things that I might be learning or we might be learning here at school, even though some of these things that we are learning here at school might not necessarily be aligned with my talent, but tomorrow they are going to add value to me. Tomorrow they are going to help me become maybe a better employee or a better mother or a better father, all because I was at the educational institution.
That's true.
And an example that I usually give is with these guys, because the excuse that the people who usually say this, it's the preachers, the young guys who say I'm going to be a pastor, I don't need education. Then I tell them that no, where are you going to get the discipline to not look at a woman and desire her? Because those are the things that they are not there in the curriculum, or you can't learn them in the curriculum. Yeah, because these things you can't learn them if you escape that educational route. It's only when you are going to that particular academic institution when you are you've got this opportunity to choose whatever life you choose, but you choose discipline. You choose discipline to say that no, I'm going to focus on my calling and whatever it is that I need to learn. As a teacher, I am going to focus on me learning how to become a better teacher. Then those are the lessons that tomorrow, then when a learner comes to you and saying that no, ma'am, I find that I'm not disciplined. What do I need to
do?
Yes. Then because of those lessons that you learned yourself, while maybe you were in that particular environment where you might have the gift, you might have the talent, but education plays a very, very, very important role. It plays a very important role, because you can't just say that no, I'm going to be a billionaire. Yes, be a billionaire. That's not too ignorant.
That's true, because you'll be a billionaire without, I would say, a curriculum. Because let's say you are educated, you know the management part.
Yes.
You know how to calculate your finances. But if you are just talented, you're just talented.
Yes.
And then you don't have the educational aspect of your talent.
Yes.
So your talent just go down the drain.
Yes.
And then you'll be those particular people that I was once reached. I once played for a Bafana.
Yes.
You see me now, I'm a star who so and so has jealoused me. And yeah, you see those people up there, they eat our money.
Yes.
So
and yeah.
The learners need to stop being ignorant of such things.
Yes, we can't afford that. We can't afford that. Yeah, then maybe in closing, what would be maybe your final words? Maybe it might be an encouraging word, maybe to the parent, to the students, whoever is listening to this podcast. What would be your final words or motivation or whatever it is that you might want to call it to them?
All right. My final word, I would say, let me give thanks to these people. So, okay, I'm grateful and I thank God for everything that He has done for me.
Yes.
And for giving me this platform. And then the people that He brought to me. Obviously, I would thank my mother.
Yes.
For being so brave and so encouraging.
Yes.
And so accommodating.
Yes.
And I would also thank my bishop.
Okay.
So the one I draw motivation from. So one thing I like about him is that he's a pastor. He ran multiple churches, and he's also a manager.
Okay, yes,
and not that just he's a manager, but he's a prof academically.
Yes.
So I always look at that to me to say, okay, which means it's possible.
Yes.
I don't have to do a mistake of terminating my job earlier.
Yes.
Because now, if my bishop can run multiple churches, can I excel academically and then manages the work. I've never heard of anything scandal.
Yes.
Which means this thing is possible.
Yes.
So I also, one of the things that contributed to me finding my purpose is the scripture that says, that scripture where God called the servants and then He gave them multiple talents.
Okay.
He gave 5, other He gave 2, and the other He gave 1.
Yes.
So I looked at that scripture and say, I don't know how much I have.
Yes.
But definitely 1 I have.
Yes. Yeah.
So when God comes back, I need to give Him even the interest.
Yes.
That one, He said, at least you could have taken it to the bank and brought me the interest.
The interest, yes.
So I had to ask myself, which interest do I even have?
Yes.
Because now God has given me the teaching job.
Yes.
So what interest do I have?
Yes.
That is where I've got the power to say, you know what, this is divine.
Yes.
And then that's where Basal Academy was born. And then while I'm still looking, I'm still searching, there comes Mr. Mama Bolo, monetize your papers. All right, so I'm also grateful to have met you, Mr. Mama Bolo.
Wow.
You have really contributed a lot. And I can tell you, you know, Basal Academy is a motivation to other teachers.
Wow.
They want to do this, especially the foundation phase 1.
Okay.
And I would also love to contribute to them as I'm growing.
Yes.
At least those that I trust. So if they bring me the learners when they reach grade 4 and upwards, then I know they come from good hands.
Yes. Wow.
I'm very much appreciative of life as a whole.
Yes.
And everyone who contributed to the parents, to the learners, I love you so much.
Yes. Wow.
And even to my school learners, my best friends.
Yes. Yes, your best friend. Wow.
And to the principal, I'm very much grateful because, wow, she gave me this opportunity last year while I was doing it for free.
Yes.
But little did she know that I was on a mission.
Yes.
So whatever that I want to do, as long as it is free, it is good, it has value, so do it.
Yes,
so
wow.
I'm very grateful to that.
Yeah. No, what you've just said, I'm reminded of, I call this maybe, I don't know, I haven't come up with a better name as yet, but I've discovered that if you and I are sitting with our purpose, God can't give us resources. And sometimes the resources might come in the form of people who come in our journey and they add value to us or they help us. But if we are just saying that, no, you know what, no, God, I'm waiting for everything to be perfect. You'll never get moving. But the more you get moving and you are busy pursuing the fulfillment of your purpose, you'll discover that, God will just make a way that you get connected to this particular person, or you get connected to this particular resource. And you, over time, you just see, when you're looking back in your life, you'll be like, wow, what just happened here? It's only because God just saw you moving and he made sure that as you are moving, then he also came in and assisted you.
That's true.
And I love that scripture that you shared. That's very powerful. For me, that's also what I never want to do. I want to make sure that the talents or the gifts that I'm given, I don't go back to God and say, you know what, God, no, I was afraid. I was afraid of losing my talent, that I hid my talent. Because the end, I love what Jesus said in that when he gave that scenario or that parable. He said that in the end, when the master came, or in this case, when God came back, he said that he never said to those guys when he gave them the talents, he never said, go and multiply this. But there was an expectation on their end that whatever it is that I'm giving you, it needs to grow and it needs to bear fruit. And because those, we might have the excuse to say that the expectation were not communicated, but they were expected at the end. And he said that, no, because you failed to grow what you had, I am going to take even the smallest thing that you have, and I'm going to give it to this person who's got everything. And for me, I don't want to get to that point in my life where God says, Mama Wolo, I gave you a purpose for you to develop and fulfill. But because you were so lazy, because you were too afraid of failure and all those other things, I'm taking this away from you and I'm going to give it to someone else. I don't know. But me, I don't want to reach that stage. So thank you so much for spending this time with me and just sharing with us your journey of discovering your purpose and your own contributions towards the betterment of humanity. Because like I said, I'm giving you a challenge so that think about the better mission or the greater mission. Don't only limit yourself to what you can see now, but also think about as you are growing Basal Academy and as more students will be coming, as more parents will be reaching out to you saying that no, but we are having this challenge when it comes to this particular subject. Don't just take that lightly. Think about it as you are growing Basal Academy, grow and hire more teachers or get more tutors to come in to help you so that ultimately we might have the university or Basal Academy University one day. You know, I'm encouraged by this guy. I forget his name. But this guy encourages me because he built something very powerful that I don't see a lot of people doing. I forgot the name, but I know it's Chris. I forgot it's Pastor Chris, whoever. I think it's Chris Hodges. Okay. What fascinates me about this guy is that he has built a church so big that the last time when they, I don't know if it's Forbes or whatever, when they calculated the assets of that particular church, the last time they found that he's over 500 million. Now just imagine a church that has grown not only with an audience, but they took full responsibility of whatever the people or the congregation gave them, and they made sure that they multiplied. They built there's a university where people just can come and study theology and study subjects for free, that the church is sponsoring, that they are raising funds for. They've got this Bible app that that I enjoy very much, they've built. In other words, when God has given you a purpose, don't only limit it to where God gave you the purpose. Yes, God might meet you at point A when he gives you a purpose, but as you grow and as you evolve, when you are at B, C, D and up to Z, or wherever it is that you are growing, don't be too focused on where God found you, that you miss where God might be at that particular stage. As the purpose is growing and as you are growing as a person, don't only just like I'm saying, this is my challenge to you, that maybe the next time when I come back to have when I come maybe for the official launch of the school or whatever, I'm putting this as a challenge to you, that no, don't only limit yourself to where you are right now or where God found you when he gave you the purpose.
You're actually the second person to say that, so I think we will definitely go there.
Yes.
Because the next mission here is to find our own stand.
Yes.
Once we found our own stand, then we will say, oh, this is too small.
Yes.
Much bigger.
Yes, you'll definitely. Yeah, you'll definitely.
So,
yeah. Because I remember even me when I finished stage 1 of the School of Kingdom Leadership and Management. I realized that no, now we need to build. We can't just be using the church. We need to build our own facilities.
Yes.
We need to get to that point where when we are hosting a leadership workshop, whether it's here in anywhere in Polokwane, when we are hosting that leadership workshop, we can host it with whichever audience. There needs to come a point where we've got our own auditorium, where we've got our own hotels and all those things, so that whatever the case might be, we'll be able to handle the growth that God has given us. So thank you very much for spending this time with me and really sharing with us whatever lessons that it is that you've learned. And I definitely hope that whoever is listening here will be able to enjoy this. And maybe as a final, where can they find Basal Academy? How can they get hold of you? And how can they bring their children to Basal Academy?
All right. Thank you for having us, Mr. Mamabola. To find Basal Academy, please contact 060-688-3073. I will repeat, 060-688-3073. So we are situated at Mankweng Unit F 1052 if you'll be using GPS. We are renting a daycare. It's Iteboreng Daycare next to Mphatlele Flats.
Wow, thank you so much. We will make sure that in the description of this podcast we will put in those details, so that whoever has got a child and they want to enroll them into Basal Academy, they'll be able to do that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.